Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us on KARE News Now. I'm Jennifer Hoff. We start tonight with 5 people facing murder charges in New York for the death of a transgender man from Minnesota. According to New York State Police, Sam Nordquist's body was found in a field outside of Bates, New York. Nordquist had traveled there last September, according to investigators, and his family had lost contact and reported him missing in February. A New York State Police investigator says Nordquist was tortured before he was killed.
Our investigation has confirmed that from early December 2024 to February 2025, Sam was subjected to repeated acts of violence and torture in a manner that ultimately led to his death. In my 20-year law enforcement career, this is one of the most horrific crimes I have ever investigated.
Police are still investigating everything that led up to Nordquist's death. Back here at home, crews in South Minneapolis starting to repair the site of that massive water main break that devastated businesses yesterday morning. Now, the area is still closed off near West 50th and Penn. Crews hope to have everything cleaned up by today. We know the water main break forced several people from their apartments, for several businesses to close too. City officials say that building might be closed until a safety assessment can even be done. We can expect to see thousands more layoffs among federal government workers today. In fact, just hours ago, the Trump Organization instructed agencies to move forward with now letting go probationary workers. So that applies to more than 200,000 employees. The most recent layoffs were in the Department of Energy and Veterans Affairs. Los Angeles, California, finally getting some relief tonight after torrential rain washed out charred hillsides surrounding the city there. Of course, that caused intense flooding and mudslides. Those hills burned by the wildfires that scorched the region for months, forcing a few 100,000 people from their homes there. And now a massive cleanup effort is getting underway while the weather holds, at least for now there. Morgan Chesky is in LA with the latest.
Yeah, we knew this atmospheric river was posing a significant risk for the entire Southern California region, but we are witnessing how all of those conditions were just right to allow things to go so wrong. These charred hillsides from that Pacific Palisades blaze, allowing that water to hit and run right down, carrying tons of mud and debris with it, and a lot of that covering this section of the Pacific Coast Highway that crews have been working all morning long to try and clear up. But throughout the entire LA metro area, we have been receiving reports of flash floods, of mudslides blocking streets, swallowing cars in some cases, and leaving people somewhat stranded until they can get out of those hard-to-reach areas. As it stands right now, we witnessed some of the power firsthand when our crew was just up the road here to see a Los Angeles Fire Department vehicle be washed off of the road entirely and into the ocean below because a debris buildup pushed over those 600-pound concrete barriers that have been deployed along precarious areas right now. We know hundreds of people were evacuated as a precautionary measure. Those evacuations remain in effect until these conditions clear up, and hopefully that happens at some point later today for this part of Southern California. We'll send it back to you.
New this afternoon, a felony charge for a man St. Paul police say stole the F. Scott Fitzgerald statue from outside St. Paul Academy on Dale Street, where the author once went to school. Investigators say Dustin Schmidt tried to sell the statue in pieces at Northern Metal Recycling. An employee there was able to hold on to a few pieces before Schmidt took off. Investigators say they met with Northern Metal workers to get the parts back, as well as a metal plaque and bird that were reported stolen from Unity Church in St. Paul. Schmidt was arrested on February 13th without incident, and police say they're still looking for some of the missing pieces of the statue. Igloo is recalling more than 1 million of its popular coolers. You're looking at the ones in question right here because they could actually amputate your fingertip. The recall involves the 90-quart flip and toe rolling coolers. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says the toe handle can pinch your fingers right up against the cooler. They've actually been sold since 2019 at stores nationwide. There are dozens of reports of people injuring their fingers, including amputations and even bone fractures. If you have this cooler, you can get a hold of Igloo and get a free replacement. Right now, a new documentary is taking a deeper look at one of the most notorious murders in recent memory, the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson at the hands of his accused killer, Luigi Mangione. NBC's Sam Brock got an advanced look at it.
heard the name on the news.
Police arrested Luigi Mangione.
You could see that it was not a professional hit.
In the new documentary, Who is Luigi Mangione? Producers at Investigation Discovery attempt to uncover clues about the high-profile murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson and the man accused of doing it.
Bright and cheerful and smiley, and you know who he was right away. Shook my head. It can't be happening.
The 26-year-old high school valedictorian pleading not guilty in court as questions continue to swirl about why the Baltimore man with brains, resources, and a very high-profile family would allegedly lash out with such a shocking act of violence.
They are the epitome of the American dream. He was brilliant.
Giovanna Blatterman says she's known the Mangiones for at least 50 years.
It doesn't make sense. There's something wrong here.
The documentary also explores Mangione writing extensively about suffering from brain fog and his struggles with a debilitating back condition.
The doctors won't have a clue what's going on.
That condition may have been aggravated by a surfing incident in Hawaii. R.J. Martin says Mangione was initially excited about his move there.
And he was looking to make new friends. It's incomprehensible that the person I knew and was friends with could assassinate somebody.
There's also a nod to the nearly $400,000 that have poured in for Mangione's legal fund. His lawyer confirming the money will be used for his defense.
People are donating. They are holding signs up.
The December 4th Legal Committee wanted to give a voice to all the people and the anger that they felt.
That anger connected to a subject Mangione railed against, the healthcare system.
A nurse who donated $100 calls Luigi a soldier of the people.
Controversial support and a myriad of unanswered questions for a man whose legal proceedings are right around the corner.
To Pope Francis now, who's in the hospital battling a bronchitis infection. It's the latest knock for the Pope, who's been hospitalized several times in the last few years for injuries and sickness. The Vatican says the Pope is mentally alert, but has been struggling to speak because of the bronchitis. Still, though, the pontiff was able to hold audience before going to the hospital. TikTok is back, at least for now. Both Google Play and Apple restored TikTok to their stores last night. That's after President Trump signed an executive order to delay a ban on the app and his promises to then save it. TikTok still needs to be sold to a U.S.-based company or be banned in the U.S. again. The concern with TikTok, of course, national security, because some lawmakers think the Chinese-based company is stealing data from American users. Stay with us, everybody. We have your full forecast and more news coming up.